Tonight, we celebrate the man, the legacy, the icon, the American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
NXT wouldn't be where it is today without the American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
We pay homage to one of the most legendary superstars of all time and an original cornerstone of NXT with the inaugural Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The dream lives on. NXT tonight.
We'd like to welcome you here inside Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. What a night this is going to be. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is underway.
And what a way to kick it off. The OGs of NXT, the Ascension are home, Rich.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 487 pounds, the Ascension.
Rich, I can barely hear myself thinking here. Listen to this reaction. Full Sail with a Warriors welcome for the Ascension. For Connor and Victor, they're back where they belong.
The longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions held the titles for close to a year. And Corey, in this tournament, Connor and Victor could be the team to beat.
They got to be favorites, and look at them. They're fired up. I haven't seen that look in their eyes in a long time.
And their opponents, introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 295 pounds, Rhino.
And I can guarantee you one thing, Rich. Rhino's looking forward to playing spoiler. This team could be the new dominant force here.
And his partner from Kansas City, weighing in at 275 pounds, Baron Corbin.
And I know we were talking about how dominant, how destructive the Ascension were in NXT. Can you imagine what Baron Corbin and Rhino are capable of together?
Kind of interested to see whether or not they're actually going to be able to get along and coexist as a team.
There's a lot at stake here. It's to honor the dream. I mean, they're going to have to put their differences aside because the Ascension, definitely a formidable tag team, but man, this one could get ugly quick.
I think that there was mutual respect built in the battles that Rhino and Corbin had with each other.
I don't see there's any way that they didn't build the respect between each other. These guys left everything in the ring. They beat each other back and forth. I mean, that was some of the most intense fights I've seen in NXT.
Remember what Rhino said not long after their matchup? He said, "I can't wait to do it again," or he looks forward to doing it again, and now they're teaming up. It's interesting. Certainly Connor and Victor feel like they have a lot to prove returning here to NXT.
Oh! They were the big dogs in the yard here. They're gonna have to reclaim their territory.
Connor and Victor not backing down, the tag made, and here comes Corbin.
Corbin tagged himself in. It's the thing about Corbin, he's never afraid to have to prove himself. He's happy to do it.
When you look at this match on paper, do you see the Ascension having the advantage because they've been a team for obviously much longer?
No, I'm not relying on paper for anything right here. These are four of the biggest, baddest dudes in NXT ever. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the ring. Who cares what's happening on the paper?
Tag made, and Victor now the legal man. Great teamwork by the Ascension. Cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out by Corbin. See the quick tags there by the Ascension. So far, I've done a nice job of neutralizing.
Wait, listen. It's that battle cry, that yeah, Full Sail loves it.
Corbin rolling out of the way.
It's a smart strategy.
Oh, there it is. NXT Universe got their wish. Cover. And a kick out. They certainly have not forgotten what Connor and Victor bring to the table.
Absolutely not. You can't forget what Baron Corbin brings to the table as well, though. What about that match with Samoa Joe in Brooklyn at TakeOver? What a contest that was. You know Corbin wants to get his momentum back tonight.
What a battle that was, and what a night it was in Brooklyn. And now it is Victor and the Ascension in control, but Corbin has found an opening. Oh, wow. Shoulder first into the ring post. Referee checking on Victor to make sure he can continue.
Rhino's ready for him.
Right back to action. Victor not wasting any time.
You can't waste any time with Rhino. He's so big, so agile, so insanely impactful. Oh! There it is. You give him a second, he's gonna cut you in half.
I was impressed that Victor was able to bounce back so quickly. It just shows the heart and determination and what this tournament means.
Everyone in that ring was affected very deeply by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. They all want to do his honor proud.
Corbin and Rhino looking to get on a roll. See the confidence of Corbin just staring down Connor.
He's got no reason not to be confident.
Oh! Wow!
What power by Corbin.
Planting Victor! Cover! And a kick out, the Ascension staying alive. You're right, you can see the intensity oozing out of Baron Corbin. And that tremendous match at TakeOver Brooklyn certainly feels like, oh, he needs to get his mojo back.
Well, that'll take your mojo away for more than just a few seconds right there. Victor driving Corbin down with the STO. Can he make the tag to Connor?
Victor crawling to the corner. Corbin over to his corner. Tags are made. Rhino and Connor now the legal man, and it is Connor firing things up. Oh! Toppling Rhino.
Corbin and Rhino doing everything like a team, including getting beat up by Connor.
Look out, here comes Rhino. Connor out of the way. Oh!
If I'm not mistaken, I know what's coming next.
The Ascension lining up Rhino.
Corbin created a diversion.
Connor turned his attention momentarily and he paid for it. Cover, Rhino for the win.
Here are your winners, Baron Corbin and Rhino.
Oh, Graves, we wondered how they were going to get along, and they proved that they could get the job done. Corbin and Rhino advancing in this tag team tournament. So Baron Corbin and Rhino advance. And our broadcast colleague Devin Taylor is now standing by with 2 more participants in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Neville, you are currently one of the hottest superstars on Raw, and before that, you competed right here at NXT. Tell us, how excited are you to compete in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic?
Well, Devin, Dusty is somebody who is hugely important in my life. You know, he is partly the reason that I am where I am today, and for that reason, I'll always owe Dusty an eternal gratitude. It will be an honor tonight to compete in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and even more so, it will be an honor to go do this whole thing to win it and to represent the American dream.
Solomon, what's it like to tag with Neville?
Hey, it's already a great honor to be part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. But the chance to team with the man that gravity forgot and possibly the greatest NXT champion of all time has got me feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty great right now about our chances in the tournament. In fact, I'm calling my shot like Babe Ruth. Bam! We winning this thing.
I mean, I agree, but that was weird.
Well, coming up next, the small but fierce Alexa Bliss looks to get a measure of revenge on Blue Pants for costing her team the tag team titles to the Vaudevillains at TakeOver. It's coming up next.
Hey, UK WWE Universe, I want to know one thing. Are you ready?
NXT comes to the United Kingdom this December for the first time ever. Don't miss NXT champion Finn Balor, Women's champion Bayley, Tyler Breeze, and all your favorite NXT superstars and divas. It's NXT Live this December on the following dates. Tickets available. For more information, go to WWE.com.
Be there.
I am more than you think I am. I can outwork you, and I will surpass you. Greatness is my destiny, and my path to get there has just begun. I am Nia Jax.
Man, I can't wait for Nia Jax to arrive here in NXT. She's going to make an impact, I promise you.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, from Cleveland, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
She relocate, Rich?
She must have.
I thought she was from Columbus.
Yeah, me too.
Either way, she's small, she's fierce, she's brilliant, and she is a member of what should be still the reigning NXT Tag Team Champions.
What are you talking about?
Blake and Murphy and Bliss together as a cohesive unit reigned supreme for a long time. They were robbed.
Vaudevillains won the championships fair and square at TakeOver.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were watching.
You obviously play by a different rule book. They were robbed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, coming to you straight from the clearance room.
And there, right there is the perp. She's the one. She's the culprit. She ruined everything.
What do you mean she ruined everything?
The discount diva, Blue Pants. They didn't plan for her. The Vaudevillains, who knows where they definitely picked her up on Canal Street at one of those shady, those shady stands where they take you to buy fake purses and everything. I mean, that's the only reason to explain why she was even in New York.
You're trying to say they found her on St. Mark Street where they sell used books and other junk on the street?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Rich. I don't hang out the same places as you. I can't wait for Bliss to get her hands on Blue Pants. Thank you.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean, what's wrong with me? There was a miscarriage of justice.
Alexa Bliss for months has been the determining factor. Cover here, and Blue Pants able to get the shoulder up. I mean, she cost Enzo and Cass the titles. She's helped Blake and Murphy hold on to the titles numerous times. I'd say things were evened out.
She didn't cost anybody anything. You knew going into it, when you face Blake and Murphy, you have Alexa Bliss to worry about as well. It's not their fault nobody else planned for them.
Saw numerous times Alexa Bliss walking up to the Vaudevillains, Aiden English, Simon Gotch, slapping them. What were they going to do? They weren't going to put their hands on her. They had to find a way to neutralize her.
And this is the best they could do?
Well, it worked.
Like dragged her right out of some costume party or something. What is that funky shade of blue in her hair?
Certainly Alexa Bliss grabbing a fistful of hair. Feels like she has something to prove. Cover, trying to put away Blue Pants and a kick out.
Good, look at that right there. Alexa Bliss teaching Blue Pants a lesson that you don't belong here. Back to the clearance rack with you.
Seems like Alexa Bliss is out just to humiliate Blue Pants in this match.
As well she should. Blue Pants humiliated Blake Murphy and Alexa on the biggest event ever in NXT, in the sold-out Barclays Center.
Look at the rage of Alexa Bliss. I don't know about you, I wouldn't want to get her angry.
It was a little too late for that, Rich.
Oh, Blue Pants is going to have to find a way to fight back. Alexa Bliss has completely dominated this matchup.
Blue Pants needs to find a ticket to the bus station and a new place of employment.
Listen to the NXT Universe getting behind Blue Pants.
Listen, just because the NXT Universe is behind them, a lot of people shop at Walmart too. That doesn't make it high quality.
Up cover, shoulders are down. And again, Alexa Bliss going for the win. Blue Pants staying alive. Look at this, Blue Pants maybe finding some offense. What a suplex, Northern Lights, shoulders are down, and Alexa Bliss stays alive. Bliss out of the way. Uh-oh. Oh!
Wow, double knees.
Right into the ribs, and Bliss going to the outside to the top rope.
This is a thing of beauty, Rich.
Sparkle splash, and that's gonna be it for Blue Pants.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss with a little taste of redemption, but I assure you, Blake and Murphy are looking for a lot more. They want those tag team titles back.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here. I know you know why you're here. You're here for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And it's a pleasure to have...
Mr. Regal. Who are these two? It doesn't even matter. Gotta talk to you about what happened after Brooklyn. I don't just want to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I need to win it. Last time, I asked you to find me an opponent that was important. And you came through in the clutch.
Oh, yes.
Didn't you?
Oh, yes.
So now I'm asking you, find me a partner that's important and can help me win this thing. I will wait.
Let me think about that, Flower. You have just interrupted me when I was talking to these two fine young men here. These two fierce competitors, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who are the hottest free agents in our entire industry. And I have brought them here to compete in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So, next week, you'll get your chance because you and the partner will face these two incredibly gifted competitors. Now let me think. Somebody only worthy of you.
Of course.
Has to be worthy of you.
Of course.
Oh. I've got it. Oh, I have. Bull Dempsey.
Are you kidding?
No.
You know what? It doesn't even matter. Because whoever my partner is, Bull Dempsey, I'm still going to win. As far as you two are concerned, how about you smile for the camera and say Breeze.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Breeze and Dempsey, I can't wait to see that team, Graves.
Well, I'm talking about something I can't wait to see. We got eyes on him for the very first time at TakeOver Brooklyn. Apollo Crews made a huge impact. He will be in action coming up next, right here on NXT.
Welcome back to NXT, and it was this past week that NXT took over the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, where Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke, and Emma squared off in a fatal four-way main event. And as you can see right here, Emma, after knocking out Charlotte, also did the same to Becky Lynch in the corner and shocked the NXT Universe by scoring the victory in front of more than 15,000 fans. We caught up with Emma after her victory to get her thoughts about defeating Charlotte, Becky, and Dana.
See, everyone seems to have forgotten that this Divas Revolution started at NXT Arrival with Paige and me. And tonight I reminded everyone there is no Divas Revolution without Emma.
The action continues on NXT, and fresh off his debut at TakeOver Brooklyn, Apollo Crews is here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 240 pounds, Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews made his much anticipated debut at TakeOver Brooklyn and did not disappoint. Crews has competed all over the world, finally arrived at NXT, and Rich, I don't know anyone who watched TakeOver who wasn't blown away by the abilities of that man.
I mean, he brings such a unique style to the ring. He's extremely powerful, but moves around the ring, somebody similar maybe to Neville.
Yeah, the guy is an unbelievable freak of nature athlete. He's always exciting to watch.
Just defeating the Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger at TakeOver Brooklyn.
Make no mistake about it, though. Martin Stone's no slouch in the ring. One of the toughest men in all of England. Spent some time here in NXT looking to get back on the horse.
Crews looking to take that momentum from Brooklyn and carry it over here in this matchup.
That smile, he always looks like he's enjoying everything that he does.
Wow, what a drop kick.
Too easy, Rich.
Talked about him for months. We knew he was on his way. And Crews did not disappoint at TakeOver Brooklyn. I mean, what is the limit for this guy? What do you think he's going to do here in NXT, Graves?
Well, who knows? I mean, we haven't even seen the tip of what he's physically able to do. Every time he comes to the ring, I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, Stone has a point to prove.
What a clothesline by Martin Stone. Told you, this guy's got a mean streak in him. Crews in a lot of trouble right now.
Crews wants to show that what we saw at TakeOver Brooklyn was not a mistake. Loss here this week on NXT would be a momentum killer for Crews.
Absolutely, he had a gigantic debut, but he could be derailed immediately.
Still lots more to get to this week here on NXT. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic continues. Later on, Neville and Solomon Crow will team up. Already tonight, we've seen Baron Corbin and Rhino advance in the tournament. We found out that Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey are going to team up, which is certainly going to be an interesting team. Right now, Apollo Crews trying to find a way back in this matchup? And I think he has, standing Enziguri.
He found it. So Martin Stone's gonna need to find his teeth after that one.
Momentum back in favor of Cruz. Oh! Apollo Crews so exciting.
There's that athleticism on display. Full Sail starting to feel it.
Oh, we've seen this. Gorilla press. Standing moonsault. Hook of the leg. And Apollo Crews gets the win.
Here's your winner, Apollo Crews.
What an impressive debut here at Full Sail for Apollo Crews. Bright future ahead of this guy, and he makes it look just too easy.
And right now, let's check in with Devin Taylor, who's standing by with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
Gentlemen, tonight you'll face Solomon Crowe and Neville in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Any final words before your match?
Listen, I know that because Neville is Crowe's partner, all of a sudden we're the underdogs here. People think that we're history. Well, we're gonna make history when we beat Crowe and Neville.
History. What's that thing they say about history? Just kidding, I know it. It's written by the winners. And that's us. And we've decided to write our own ticket to the finals of this thing after we hand out a few free lessons to Crowe and Neville. Neville, you're gonna fly just a little too close to the sun, and Jason and I will see to it that you fall. And you fail in a spectacular manner. And Crowe, people are gonna forget you even existed.
Who?
Exactly. Your guys' American dream is gonna become a nightmare. When you run into the boys that are always ready, willing. Come on. You say it. Say my name.
Fine. And Gable.
You said it. I knew you would. Come on, give it up.
I'll deny it.
It's on camera, buddy.
This fall on WWE Network, look forward to more original shows that take you inside the world of WWE.
Let's go, boys!
If you like HBO's Hard Knocks, you'll love WWE Breaking Ground from the producers of Bar Rescue.
This is the story of what it takes. The hard work, the heartbreak, the successes, and the failures.
It was easy, anyone can do it!
The unparalleled drive needed for the opportunity to be called a WWE superstar.
One man who dares to ask the tough questions.
Give me a oh, hell yeah.
Two men that reek of awesomeness. The sometimes controversial, but always entertaining Stone Cold Podcast with special guests Edge and Christian. The all-new and final episodes of the most hilarious, gut-busting, side-splitting. They did not just do that series. From the producers of Jackass, Swerved, and go behind the scenes, in depth, and into the lives of the NXT generation of superstars as we follow them for WWE 24 NXT.
For the first time in over a decade, the world's most famous arena will feel the wrath in a special broadcast of the Beast Incarnate, the Conqueror, my client, Brock Lesnar!
Live WWE action from Madison Square Garden, featuring Brock Lesnar. All this, plus every WWE pay-per-view, including WrestleMania. Only on WWE Network.
Finn, congratulations on retaining your NXT championship. But now you'll have to defend it yet again in some upcoming NXT shows in Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, Texas.
Devin, NXT is at the forefront. in the sports entertainment renaissance. And as NXT champion, I look forward to being there when NXT plants its flag all over the state of Texas.
Well, another exciting event coming up is the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and you'll be teaming with none other than this man.
So Finn, I realize that the NXT Championship is very important to you. And by the way, congratulations on retaining your championship.
Thank you, Joe.
You're quite welcome. But you know what else is important, Finn?
What's that, Joe?
The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And I just don't want to do well in the tournament. I want to win it all. So my question to you is quite simple. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Lots of unlikely duos in this tournament.
I think the rest of the roster better be ready. That's going to make one dangerous tag team.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Concord, California, Eva Marie.
We were talking about ready. I am always ready to watch all red everything, Rich.
And her opponent, already in the ring from Sydney, Australia, Billy Kay.
You know what? Just enjoy the view, Rich. I'll call this one. You get to spend the next few minutes trying to pick your jaw up off the ground because I understand how I get it. I feel what you're going through right now. Unfortunately, I'm a professional and I can handle the job right now.
Go ahead.
I'm going to. Look at Eva Marie. I don't even have to say anything. There's nothing I can say that could possibly enhance the visual of what's happening right now.
Well, then shut up.
Fair play.
All right, Graves, let's get back to business here, all right?
I'm all business all the time. I don't know about you.
Eva Marie, the last couple of months, has been working extremely hard. She's been training. She wants to prove that she can step into the ring and compete with among the best that there is to offer here at NXT.
Rich, you wouldn't even know what to do with a woman like Eva Marie, so I'm going to just talk about things. She's already gotten better. She improves every time she's in the ring. You know this. If you were actually paying attention to the action, that was to me. She blew that kiss to me, Rich.
Oh, Billy Kay answering back. Cover. Billy Kay looking to make a name for herself here in NXT.
You know how you make a name for yourself here in NXT, Rich? You beat a superstar like Eva Marie. She's been on the cover of magazines. She's a star. She is the star of Total Divas on E. If Billy Kay wants to make a name for herself, she's going to have to try really hard.
Suplex there by Eva Marie. Trying to put away Billy Kay, a kick out. Right, Eva Marie, one of the stars of Total Divas.
No, she's the star, Rich.
Okay, well, fine. If you want to say that she is the star, what does she need to do to become the star here in the women's division in NXT?
She needs to keep doing what she's doing. Right now, she's dominating. She's gotten better every time she's been in the ring. She's got her eyes on the prize. She's in no hurry. She's going to be on top of the Divas division very soon.
Well, Billy Kay, shoulders are down there, going for the win. Kick out by Eva Marie. I mean, do you think Eva Marie at some point is a threat to Bayley's women's championship reign?
I didn't hear what you said. I was watching the action.
I'll ask you again. Do you think at some point Eva Marie is going to be a threat to Bayley's championship reign?
Of course she is. She's already a threat. She's just biding her time. She's just improving till she feels she is completely ready.
Oh!
Look at that senton. Till she feels she's completely ready.
Hook of the leg, Eva Marie for the win, and again a kick out by Billy Kay. Right back into the cover, and again a kick out.
Because the minute that Eva Marie, a true woman, holds the women's championship, not a little girl like Bayley, the sky is the limit. She's gonna have to be 24/7, appearances, media. She's gonna be an even bigger star than she already is.
What an emotional high Bayley must be feeling right now after capturing the NXT Women's title over Sasha Banks in front of more than 15,000 fans inside the Barclays Center at TakeOver Brooklyn. What a moment it was for Bayley.
Yeah, it was great, Rich, but we're talking about Eva Marie right now.
Right now I'm talking about Billie Kay.
Is that her last name or just an initial?
I believe it's K-A-Y. This would be a huge upset if Eva Marie's knocked off by Billie. This could be enough. Legs are hooked and a kick out. Eva Marie just staying alive.
Just barely. Look at the crowd here at Full Sail. Listen to them booing the fact that Eva Marie survived. They are all jealous. They know nothing what it's like to have the attention of a woman like that who's got such star power. They should be enjoying this instead of booing this like a bunch of morons.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Eva Marie. Oh!
And scene.
Here is your winner, Eva Marie.
Gotta give it to Eva. She's certainly shown some skill. And you can tell that she's been working hard, Corey.
Yeah, I know, Rich. If you'd have been paying attention to what I said the whole time, that's all I've been talking about is how much better she's gotten.
Eva Marie looking to put the rest of the Divas division on notice.
I got this, Rich. All you need to know, Eva Marie, all red everything, taking over the women's division.
Well, still to come, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic continues. Neville and Solomon Crowe are in action. They take on the team of Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. That matchup is next on NXT.
On the floor, now!
Where are you gonna go?
Hunting trip.
She isn't gonna bring her back.
I know.
Detective Danvers, or should I say, Inmate Danvers. Danvers!
That's right, baby. Yes, sir.
Gentlemen,
baby.
Gentlemen, congratulations. What was it like to get a victory in front of this Brooklyn crowd tonight?
Are you serious, bro? What was it like? You tell him. It was sick, bro. Hype Bros, Enzo, Big Cass, we dominated.
Yeah,
just
we
like
we broke our boots off in our Honda and my J's, but you know, I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you know, you're 7 foot tall and you can't teach that. So it pretty much happened exactly how we planned. I can't say that I was surprised, but there's nothing like that New York crowd, boy.
Oh no.
There's nothing like it.
That's right, and speaking of New York, we pulled out the victory, and now it's time to party. Y'all are from here. Where we going, baby? Where we going?
We're
gonna hop the bridge. We'll go into Manhattan, and we'll see what we
I'm
find.
going back to Long Island, so I'll catch you like tomorrow.
Island? What are you doing,
Yeah,
bro?
Long Island.
No, we're going to the Lower East Side.
You're not going to Long
Bare
Island.
minimum.
Bro, I'm going with the
Might end up in
chicks.
Soho.
We're not going with Mojo, right?
Nah, come on, man. Y'all couldn't hang with me anyways on a party.
We'll figure it out.
Next week, the Lucha Dragons square off with my pick to win this whole thing. The NXT champion, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe. The Dusty Classic rolls on. You are not going to want to miss that one.
What a way to honor the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, with this Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament, and it continues right now.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 445 pounds, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
You know what? Graves, I was going to say, sorry to cut you off. I'm not too sure that these two were exactly on the same page.
These two are always on the same page. They're a relatively newly formed tag team, but trust me, these guys are geared for one thing, and that is dominance. Yeah, I know I said earlier that Finn Balor and Samoa Joe were my pick to win it. I might change it depending on the outcome of this match.
This is not a chest.
And their opponents, introducing first from Anonymous, Ohio, weighing in 207 pounds, Solomon Crowe.
This is your guy right here, Rich Brennan, isn't it? He's kind of weird. He spends a lot of time in the basement, has a ridiculous haircut. This is your kind of guy. Why are you looking at me? I don't know. What? Call the action. That's your job. That's what they pay you for. Rich, you awake over there?
I'm ignoring you, Graves.
Well, fine, then I'll do the job again.
And his partner, the man that gravity forgot, Neville.
This guy right here, with the success he's had in the past as a tag team partner of yours truly, and on the main roster, setting the world on fire, got to make Neville and Crow a relative favorite in this tournament.
So let me guess, now you're picking Neville and Crow.
I didn't say that.
You've picked every team in this tournament. Now you're saying that they're going to win.
I said
you just said Jordan and Gable were going to win.
Listen, Rich, I don't need you here. Go get a cup of coffee. I don't need Byron Saxton. He can stay on assignment forever. I'll call the whole thing. I said whatever the outcome of this match is could change my pick. Pay attention.
Well, so far, Baron Corbin and Rhino have advanced in the tournament. What a matchup this is going to be here. Jordan and Gable, Crow and Neville. It's going to be Crow and Gable starting things off. What do you expect from this matchup?
I expected there to be a lot of technical wrestling. Gable, Crow, Neville, and Jordan, all very, very skilled technical competitors.
The history of Chad Gable, we've seen him in action at the Performance Center, Graves, and we know what he can do, and now finally getting to display it to the NXT universe. I mean, a former Greco-Roman Wrestler of the Year. He's an Olympian.
Listen, the guy begged for months and months to let Jason Jordan be his tag team partner, and he hasn't disappointed. Look at that ankle pick right there.
Called it technical wrestling here. Shoulders are down, trying to put away Crow. And a kick out. This one could be a clinic. NXT Universe excited that Neville is here this week.
Listen, I want Neville too, because listen, I mean, let's tell the truth here. Solomon Crow is what we call a keyboard warrior. He's one of those guys that sends you mean stuff on Twitter and never backs it up.
Oh!
Just like you, Rich.
Right there, Crow trying to back things up, and
I keep getting
planting.
I keep getting these tweets from R. Brennan123, but it's an egg. At least put your photo behind the tweets.
All right, fair enough. Tag made it. Here comes the former NXT champion, Neville. And what a performance at SummerSlam for Neville. He and Stephen Amell.
Hey, and another victory in tag team action there.
And what a matchup that was against King Barrett and Stardust. Tag made to Jason Jordan. Shoulders are down, trying to put away Neville. What strength.
This might not be a popular decision, but I'll go as far as...
Again, trying to put Neville away.
I'll go as far as to say that Jason Jordan may very actually be able to compare to Neville as far as speed goes inside the ring. Jason Jordan, one of the quickest human beings in that ring I've ever seen.
Neville. Jordan able to kick out there. How do you think that they compare agility-wise, Corey?
Well, Jason Jordan never ceases to amaze me. Wow. I don't know if he can do that, though.
That is exciting and fun to watch, but wow! Neville lands on his feet. What a matchup here in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Crow sending Gable up over the top. Don't go anywhere. This tag team matchup continues here on NXT.
The next generation is ready, and for the first time ever, they're coming to Texas with NXT Live. This September, the Lone Star State will never be the same as the future of WWE debuts in Texas. You're invited to a historic night of unbelievable action. It's NXT Live in Texas this September. Tickets are available. NXT, NXT, NXT.
The action continues in this matchup, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
So much at stake here. This tournament means so much to each and every person in NXT, every superstar, every diva, anyone that has anything to do with NXT. This is a massive, massive event.
All honoring the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. We mentioned earlier, Baron Corbin and Rhino. First round matchup defeated the Ascension earlier on. We know that Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey are going to team up. That ought to be an interesting duo. Right now, Gable and Jordan trying to prove themselves against the team of Solomon Crowe and Neville.
No, change your wording there. Solomon Crowe and Neville trying to prove themselves against the team of Jordan and Gable.
Tag made. Here comes Jason Jordan.
Uh-oh.
Wow! What a suplex by Gable. You see just the raw power of Jason Jordan.
Jordan needs to make sure he doesn't get himself disqualified there. Look at this, a revolving door just dominating Solomon Crowe right now.
What is he doing?
He's enjoying himself. Look at that, like a bull.
Shoulder right to the ribs.
When you're as good as Gable and Jordan, you can have a little fun in the ring. You can mock your opponents a little bit. I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen?
Crowe rolling to the outside, trying to catch his breath as the referee starts to count. Look at this.
That's teamwork.
It's arrogance.
You're crazy. If you've ever been good at anything in your life, you'd know.
Referee up to the 6 count. Is Crowe going to be able to continue? Crowe rolling back in, and Neville looked a little miffed. Knee to the gut, cover. Gable for the win, to kick out by Crowe.
Did you just use the word miffed, Rich?
I did.
I haven't heard that since my grandmother used it.
And Gable trying to put away Solomon Crowe, and again a kick out.
Well, you are approaching the same age as my grandmother, Rich.
Crowe desperate to make the tag to Neville.
Come to think of it, you have the same glasses and haircut as my grandfather.
We have similar haircuts, Graves, don't we?
You're trying to look like me and failing miserably. Don't ever use that comparison again. Back to the match, Rich. Jason Jordan systematically picking apart Solomon Crowe. What do they pay you for? Look at the eyes. Look at the determination on Jordan. I'll give Crowe credit to use the ropes to ask and beg for forgiveness.
Ask and beg for forgiveness. All right. Jordan and Gable have done a fantastic job of exploiting the weaknesses here, exploiting the pain of Solomon Crowe. And Crowe was barely able to get back in the ring after having a shoulder driven into him.
Oh, this could be it right here.
Submission maneuver. Solomon Crowe with absolutely nowhere to go. Modified bow and arrow. Whoa, Crowe with a reversal. Got a quick cover, trying to make the tag, and Gable pulling Crowe right back to the center of the ring, but hang on. Crowe diving to the corner, tag made, and here comes Neville. Neville exploding into the ring. Look at the speed and the grace of Neville. Throwing everything he's got at Jason Jordan. There goes Gable. Oh, huge kick. Neville again. And this could do it. You know what Neville's thinking. And look at Gable.
Great wherewithal by Gable. Looking out for his partner. Maybe saving the match.
Wait a minute, Neville flying anyway through the air and takes out Jordan. Wow, there's Crowe. Bodies flying all over the place.
Jordan finds himself in that same bad position again. Once Neville gets rolling, he usually doesn't miss.
Neville, the springboard, but caught.
Wow.
Caught by Jordan. Oh!
Wow, what power by Jason Jordan. To be able to completely stop the momentum of Neville flying from midair How impressive is Jason Jordan?
Both men are spent. Neville still with some gas in the tank. Crow tags himself in. Solomon Crow running knee in the corner. Oh,
wow.
Jordan, whoa!
Jason Jordan, what amazing power right there. Solomon Crow was in there to be a glory hog, tagged himself in. Looks like he's gonna pay for it now. Could this be it? It is!
What teamwork by Jordan Gable! Shoulders are down and that's it!
Here are your winners, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
What a way to finish things off. Jordan and Gable getting the job done. Corey, let's take a look at how this one unfolded.
Look at the power of Jason Jordan, able to reverse whatever Crow was going for, suplexing him halfway across the ring. Jordan making sure the coast was clear. And here it is. I don't even know what they call that other than effective.
Almost an assisted German suplex. Gable and Jordan get the victory. They advance in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, joining Corbin and Rhino.
That's my new pick right there, Rich. They're going all the way.